What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you guys are last but not least on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So, of course, this is the end of April. I know I'm really behind in getting all of them out the way I would like to, but still here to get this reading done for you. The dates for this month were the 8th for the new moon, the 15th for the first quarter moon, and the 23rd for the full moon. Okay, new moon energy means invoking new ideas, new intentions, and new goals. Okay, around that time was really supercharged because of the fact of the eclipse on the same day. Okay, so you may be going through a lot of options, okay, as far as maybe things to do, and just really focus on what really calls to you, okay, to get done first as far as prioritizing. Um, on the 15th, it's about progress. If you are making any progress, first quarter moon, and kind of checking in with yourself on what needs to be done in order for you to achieve your goal by the full moon, which would be on that 23rd date that I just mentioned. Okay, all of these dates obviously have passed, so we'll be looking kind of like past tense when I'm usually, in the forefront of the energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, Readings, as if you guys were wondering, are just a little bit, fluctuated a bit. All my love readings are pretty much done, but all my readings are still available on the channel. So if you need to tap into some old energy, just feel free to peruse and get energetically guided to whatever calls to you on the playlist. Okay, but if you do need anything pertaining to love, you can go there. You can also go to the Heart's Desire reading as well. Okay, so shuffled by 3, and we're cutting the same. These readings are just primarily to kind of help you guys, get organized in the sense of spiritually, mind, body, and spirit, as far as obtaining whatever those personal goals are, or even materialistic. Okay, so 1 from the top is for the new moon energy, 1 from the bottom is for the first quarter moon energy, and then 1 energetically from the middle. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna reset, because I don't think that's the one Divine wants. We're gonna go to this one then. Not that one either. Okay, maybe you all are okay when it comes to full moon energy. Just trying to hone in. That's a first. I'm trying to spread the deck so I can kind of aim for a particular card. I'm gonna go here. 3rd time's a charm. Not this one. Going back to closer to the bottom to this one. Okay, I think we got one for the full moon energy now. Took 4 times. Okay. I'll blame it on me being just slightly hungry, okay, while doing your reading. I probably should have went and got me something to eat, but nonetheless, wanted to get you guys done, didn't want y'all waiting any longer than you already have. Okay, so let's see what was going on with these energies. Okay, Gemini, what was your mindset towards your intention or goal during the new moon on the 8th? Okay, to start, luck is on your side. Okay, luck is on your side. Okay, new moon in Sagittarius. You feel free to look up new moon in Sagittarius to find out when that is and kind of what traits or characteristics are going on in that sign during that time. But this new moon energy, you have the hunter's bow aiming at the moon here. Okay, Sagittarius could be someone that you're interested in, potentially, and possibly, maybe things have been going well if it's romantical things for you, Gemini. Maybe knowing that this person is or has options. I don't know if it feels like more so of an assumption that they have options, and so hoping that you're playing to this person's interest, if you will. Okay, and potentially locking this person in to date exclusively. Okay, but play naturally. Okay, play things naturally. Don't try to force anything. You're on this person's radar. Okay, so you don't have to really try too hard. Okay, Gemini. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the first quarter moon energy. Okay, for the first quarter moon energy, have you made any progress? Okay, that was the 15th. Okay, around that time, did you make any progress? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is about maybe the second time I believe that this card has came out. It's full moon in Capricorn. Crazy that it's here in the first quarter moon energy, but again, Capricorn energy may be in your birth chart or another potential person. Okay, that's kind of looming. Maybe a potential ex that you still have around somehow. Not making that much connection, but you do need to consider whether or not to go in another direction. Okay, in the sense of staying away from your ex. I've said it before in readings. As far as the energy of Capricorn, I do not encourage cross-watching unless it is primarily pertaining to your birth chart placement. Okay, if you have a birth chart placement that's in Capricorn or has Capricorn in it that's important to you, that's something different. But to cross-watch on someone just to see what their energy is, it causes energetic transference in a bad way. Okay, it causes toxic energy to kind of pop up. Okay, and you don't want to mess your current or potential situation up. Okay, so it's time to pretty much back away from your ex, in my personal opinion, especially if it was a little bit tumultuous type of relationship. Okay, so thus the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, maybe either between you or your ex determines that you do need to part ways. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this energy of someone like coming to pick up their things or something, or that's the pretty much the end all be all sign of really being done with someone. Okay, and maybe it's taken some time for them to come and get their things because they're not willing to accept it, or someone's not willing to accept that the relationship is over, but it needs to be. Okay, and so hopefully sometime around the 15th you may progress with that. Okay, and that is your tough cycle, is ending something while that way you can make room for new. Okay, now let's get into the full moon energy in the sense of, has the intention or goal been achieved by the full moon? Okay. For you, Gemini, it says prosperity lies ahead with new moon in Taurus. Okay. New moon in Taurus. Again, Taurus energy being here. Now, for Taurus coming out, feels like it could be part of your birth chart placement, or maybe your friendly tarot reader here, Miss Golden 83, being a Taurus, is giving you a sign of this so-called prosperity that lies ahead. Okay. If you truly have been on the channel rocking with me for a minute, you probably know some of the things that I have, said, and maybe they ring through in your head every now and again. Believe in that prosperity. Okay. Maybe it's taken some time for you to get there, or it's just slowly starting to loom a little bit. Okay. And so if you're starting to see that change, things coming up, I'm truly happy for you guys. Would definitely love to know. So you can post it in the comments below. But nonetheless, and keep it positive. I don't deal with foolishness. I really don't. Y'all should know me by now. So no toxicity in the comments. But nonetheless, things are starting to look up. Okay. New moon energy, you will start, if you pay attention and you follow these readings, you'll start noticing how your personality or your behavior is changing, your mindset is changing, because you're leaning more so into positivity, and keeping that type of energy around you. And so new moon energy is going to be really different for you, all the going forward. Okay. Possibly the next few months. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the clarifiers. Want to just remind you guys what the month of April was really all about. Okay. We know that March was about centering ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Fourth month of the year, spring is obviously here, but it's talking about getting some balance, especially on the 8th, because of the fact of it being that new moon. Okay. And so it compels us to follow our intuition, to change positions that promote balance. Okay. The new moon was literally 14 days after the full moon in March, which was on the 25th. And so 14 equals out to 5, is talking about that change. Okay. But protecting that said change. Okay. If you have changed for the better after a relationship, then it is time for you to follow your intuition, to stay on the course, stay on the path, because now it's less troublesome on you now, and you have a bright future ahead. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to go ahead and shuffle. I normally sometimes look in the middle, but we're not going to for you guys. I'm just going to kind of get into it a little bit and shuffle. But the last split we're going to look at is Page of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups. Okay. Offered this side, options available on this side, in our feelings a lot towards particular things or people. Okay. This page offer on the side, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Nothing really major to interfere with what you have coming up. Okay. Nothing to really pay attention to, but focus on what really calls to you, like I said at the beginning. Last shuffle here. Now we're going to go ahead and split. And so let's get into clarifying this energy. So 1 for new moon from the top, 1 from the bottom for the first quarter moon, and then 1 energetically from the middle to go with this one for the full moon energy. Okay. We'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is for your energy after this spread. Okay. So to start off with the new moon energy, we have luck is on your side. And we have judgment, okay, coming out. So again, that hunter's arrow aiming at the moon, and possibly some form of epiphanies happened around the 8th or currently, okay, in regards to a connection, okay. Maybe for yourself, an epiphany within you of what it is that you deserve, and, you know, staking claim to nothing but positive energy, okay, and balance, and fairness, okay, if you will. All right. Sagittarius, of course, being a fire sign, but you have this major arcana here, okay, in the sense of really coming close to good things being near, okay, but that luck is on your side, okay. I like the fact, I just want to take the time to notice that new moon is literally here to start in the new moon placement and coming up again behind in the full moon placement, okay. So double new moon, meaning double, you know, the change, if you will. For some of you, if it's not pertaining to love, in a sense of just fairness in other things, in other avenues, okay. Again, divine energy coming in to bless you with things that are truly maybe behind, you may feel behind schedule of receiving, okay. But really everything is on time, okay. So, and that's only based on, again, divine timing, not our own timing, okay, because everything takes has a process to it, okay, for it to happen. All right, so it's all about being patient. You've been diligent, you've been doing what you need to do, so now divine is rewarding you with these epiphanies, okay, either for self or through others, of seeing who you truly are, okay. Now let's see what the first quarter moon energy brings with the end of a tough cycle approaches. Is here with the Queen of Swords, okay. So possibly either someone in leadership or yourself kind of pertaining to leadership, in the sense of speaking truth, all right, not so much as if it were Wands energy, kind of demanding things. I think it's just a give and take of, again, releasing the truth, factual evidence towards things. And one thing about this Queen of Swords, her sword is upright, but it's in the right hand, okay, which is masculine energy. The left hand is up, okay. So being able to follow your intuition on something, but also being compassionate at the same time, or empathetic, while having a conversation with someone, allows for this tough cycle to end, okay, when it comes to Capricorn, okay, a particular ex. If your ex isn't a full-blown Capricorn, maybe they have Capricorn in their chart, but I feel like it's a full-blown Capricorn situation for someone, okay. If not, that's totally fine. It's just an honorable mention, okay, even though this person probably acted very dishonorable. But nonetheless, we're not trying to get in our feelings, okay, Geminis. Speaking mostly factual on what it is that you want, what you need, what you desire. Someone asks you a question, you answer it truthfully, while, you know, stating how you feel, okay. Because you want your feelings to be heard, you just want to be seen and heard on your side of things, okay. Thus the Queen of Swords being here, okay. So of course you are along with air energy of Libra and Aquarius, okay, and just remember that. Now let's look at full moon energy. Prosperity lies ahead is I felt Libra energy, and I wasn't going to say it, but I had already talked about fairness, so that should have gave you a hint. But look at what happened. Justice, okay? Full moon energy, 23rd that just passed, with new moon energy in Taurus, okay? So Libra is here. You could have a Libra in your corner of some sort that is very helpful, okay? So a lot of good energy around you in a particular situation. I am not going to try and dig too much about what it is because this is a monthly manifestation that deals with moon phases. So everything is not going to always be direct. It may sound very vague as of lately with the last few ones that I've done, or just this month in particular, but it's to protect your energy, okay, Gemini? But definitely with this Libra being here, that's what leads to prosperity, is a lot of justice coming through for anything that was done wrong to you, okay? And I am so sorry, you guys. I did not realize I had my tablet like unplugged, and I just got a warning that my battery was going low. I don't know how I didn't have it plugged up. Okay, now let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for you guys for the overall outcome, which is bam, the Tower, okay? Some shit about to pop off, okay? Not in a bad way, maybe for others, in the sense of enlightenment, okay? Tower energy also kind of looms around Scorpio energy as well, and I want to say another, but that came up first. That sign, again, any sign that I mention is an honorable mention, okay? But obviously some form of enlightenment or something changes things, not against you, but for you. But it will take time before it does, okay? So it's all about you being patient. Again, questions are asked, just answer them truthfully and honestly, okay? As the time arises, because it does play towards that justice for you, okay? For another particular matter that's going on in the Gemini collective, okay? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next part of the reading. What is the message of support to achieve or manifest for Gemini? What is the message of support to achieve or manifest for Gemini? If anything comes out, we'll go ahead and take it. But if not, I'm just going to cut the deck and we'll pull from the bottom. Not sure how many messages. I'm kind of feeling the energy of 4. And I almost took that one because it didn't want to go in. I'll take that. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to cut. And one that keeps coming out for just about everyone is Felix Felicitas, okay? Felix Felicitas, okay? I finally learned how to say it, y'all. I said this on someone else's, but I literally had to get Google to say it so that way I could, know how to pronunciate correctly, okay? It made me laugh. But this one has been coming out so often. I guess now that I know how to say it, divine is making it come out. But nonetheless, power symbol to create lucky and serendipitous events. Okay, power symbol to create lucky and serendipitous events. Okay, now just the same as like I was telling you, divine is hilarious. I trip off of divine all the time. But just the same as this card continuously comes out, um, it's possible that, again, if you guys end up checking on your other birth chart placements, you'll see this card come out. Okay, and so maybe also paying attention to synchronicities that are around you is also kind of informing you that things are coming towards you in a very positive way, and obviously serendipitous. A lot of justice being laid. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, let's get into the rest of your messages. Mystic Star is at the bottom, okay, of the deck. All right, it says harmony in the home and great friendships. Okay, harmony in the home and great friendships. Okay, so wherever you are right now, like I said, there's going to be some helping hands. It may not seem like that when it comes to this spread, but it may be helping hands in another way. Okay, kind of keeping it under wraps, if you will. This spread is kind of doing that, but for it to have came out with this Mystic Star is definitely present. Okay, now for some of you, then we have Abracadabra with Wings. Okay, Abracadabra with Wings, also another popular card. Says fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. Definitely with Judgment being here and Justice plus the Tower definitely gives me that, you know, energetic power of a lot of good fortune to come. Okay, in the sense of, again, some really high fairness. Okay, because of how you've been treated and how you've been handling it. Okay, first time ever, protection. Okay, protection, the last message here. Okay, it says strong protective magic for the family and the home. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. Okay, now for those of you, if you are spiritual in any way or religious, you know, make sure, or you do make sure that you say your prayers. I occasionally light incense or Palo Santo just for my protection, especially when I see synchronicities. Okay, so like triple fours, definitely want to do it then. Okay, I do have some sprays that are meant for protection, which is the Ancestral Blessing Spray. You can find that in my Etsy shop. I love spraying that, especially around the home. Four corners of the home, of every room, if you will. You can spray it then. You can spray it in your car. It's also a slight deodorizer as well, with a very pleasant scent with 9 essential oils in it. Okay, and so I really love spraying that. It's really useful in the sense of just being very calming energy, and just asking for protection over yourself and your family. Okay, it goes a little bit over the step of just your traditional sage, or if you have cedarwood bundles, you could use those as well within your home, and just do that again as you're called upon. Okay, if you're more of a spiritualist than religious. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your present self. What is the energy of the present self of Gemini? What is the energy of the present self for Gemini? Last shuffle here before we split the deck. Okay. At the bottom, we have movement, speed, okay? Movement, speed, okay? 42, all right? Protecting yourself, the number 4, your angels protecting you as well. Number 2, focusing what it is that you want, not what you don't want. Hopefully y'all said that with me, okay? Equaling out to 6, okay? Reevaluating some things, all right? In the sense of movement, literally, I feel like the 6 of Swords energy is kind of prominent here in the sense of moving away from things that are no longer serving you, okay? Swiftly, okay? If someone's giving you a fast break, take it. Okay, it's for a good reason. Okay, and maybe they're giving it to you because they know something that you don't know, that you don't need to know right now. Maybe you'll know at a later time. Okay, but right now is that sign. If you've been looking for a sign to move, maybe this is it. Okay, but again, moving swiftly. This person is jumping over the city, if you will. Okay, faster than a almost like speed of light. Okay, in the sense of it could be anything. Like it could be a good deal on something. Don't pass it up. Take it because you never know when you might catch something good like that again. Okay, someone may feel like that towards you. Not now, but eventually after this tower. Okay, so just be patient for some of you who are just waiting for something to transpire. Others of you, you know what it is when you see it, so do it and go after it. Okay, so this is air energy. It says, savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you do activities such as eating and working. Do not waste time, but understand the discernment of taking quality time. Okay? Understand the discernment of taking quality time. Okay? It is often said that as you are growing up, time seems to pass very slowly and we cannot wait to grow up. And then conversely, as we age, time goes quickly as we know it is running out. We live in a speedy society, and knowing when to slow down can be the difference between balance and imbalance. Slow cooking, slow travel, taking time to think and process and exercise self-care require a willingness to slow down enough to savor them. Okay? So, there's a time and a place for it all. Okay? Gemini, it's a time and place for it all. It used to be a saying of, don't wish your life away as we go through life, and we try not, I know I try not to, but again, as a good deal, get it. I'm always down for a good deal on something. Okay, catch a coupon, go and use it, whatever the case may be, do it if you got it. Okay, but as far as wanting to get to this new thing as it pertains to like business or work, you want to take your time, plan stuff out. Okay, and then others may be moving too slow for you, and you have to remember to just keep on going through life. You can't rush other people, especially if you don't like to be rushed yourself. And so, again, I go by the simple adage of treating people the way that you want to be treated. Okay, so just trying to remember that. It's a simple statement, but it means a lot. Okay, it's the first rule, in my opinion, of emotional intelligence. All right, so we're now going to look into what is the potential energy for your higher self, Gemini. We'll look directly at the bottom of the deck after we split the deck here. This is your subconscious thinking. The law of healing, okay? The law of healing, new energy alert. If you are enjoying these readings, feel free to give me a like or even subscribe so you can be notified the next time I have a reading for your sign, okay? Transform your trauma, transform your life, okay? So this person here, this woman is, kind of basking in the essence of the moon behind her. She has the mountains, or an island, if you will, water, diamonds, and just her eyes closed, and again just basking, letting the air kind of blow through her hair. Okay, beautiful imagery here. All right, transform your trauma, transform your life. Okay, you get this end of a tough cycle, in regards to an ex, or any particular situation that caused any trauma to you. You have to heal from it in order for you to let more blessings in. Okay, to hang on to it is maybe not you. It could be other people that are energetically tied to you in a way that you may need to cut from in order for you to heal. Okay, and so it is not your fault, not your problem if they are still dealing with it in the sense of guilty conscience. Okay, a guilty conscience can still plague on you without, you can say you've moved forward, but has that person moved forward? So I could be talking to someone who has a placement in Gemini, who is, still kind of lingering on to something that you've possibly done to someone else. You have to heal from it. Healing from it is accepting what you did to someone, and also speaking truth and apologizing to that person. Okay, not really concerning yourself with how they respond or if they accept the apology. It is all about your personal healing. Okay, 57, which says healing is done through the revealing of truth. It is time to redirect your energy to love, connection, and expression. This card is telling your higher self that you desires for you to awaken out of the amnesic state and remember who you are. You are endowed with infinite intelligence and innate healing. Infinite intelligence and innate healing. Go within and do an affirmative mind treatment, aka divine prayer. Expand your mind until you have a perception shift in your health. Expect a miracle, okay? Expect a miracle. That is a beautiful, beautiful action to take, Gemini. Expand your mind until you have a perception shift in your health, okay? Because as we allow traumas to eat away at us, we end up doing something that we shouldn't do, such as emotional eating. I have done it before. For some reason, I crave fried food sometimes when I'm emotional. Catfish, fried chicken, I love all of it. It doesn't really necessarily love us unless, you're cooking it in, some heart healthy oil. Like I like to use corn oil, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that we can't overindulge in the sense of trying to feed how we feel, okay? And so the best thing for you to do is notice that you're doing that and figure out a way to end that cycle of that, okay? And so do a divine prayer, cutting yourself from whatever is no longer serving you, and moving away from it, any negativity, and watch how your body changes. Listen to your body as it wants nothing but the best for you. Drinking water and hydrating yourself on a regular basis. There are sometimes I get the urge to have just a really big salad, so I'll fix one. Because my body wants those greeneries. Sometimes I just want collard greens for some reason, so I'll cook some, and it's for my heart space. I talked about that before with the ancestor reads, in the sense of eating based off of the chakras. Okay, again, only if you're really into metaphysical work or are interested in it, kind of look into it. Okay, but I have plenty of things on my Etsy shop that I feel, again, are handmade with love and care for your personal well-being and self-care. So definitely check those out. My ancestor spray that I mentioned before is in the shop as well. And so that could possibly help you with that action plan of that healing and that divine prayer. Okay, it could be a prayer that you've said ever since you were, a child, to your own personal affirmations to yourself, and call upon divine to help you with what's going on at this time. Okay, Gemini. So with that being said, that's all that I have for you guys today. More readings to come. So until then, peace.